Hello seedlings, I'm Khadija.
And I'm Rizwan. We're here to help you become a learning-loving kid from seed to STEM.
Today we are in Carmel, California. Today we will be talking about making a difference in this world. Having a growth mindset and believing in our abilities can help anyone make a difference in this world.
So, this is episode 2 of Yes I Can Kids. In order to join us in learning how to be a learning-loving kid, we're going to use the Big Life Journal. The Big Life Journal is an amazing book that will help teach you all about the growth mindset. And so parents, this is a really great investment for your kids. The link to buy the Big Life Journal is down below, and this whole season is gonna leverage this book. So I can't recommend this book enough.
Okay, these few weeks, we're going to be focusing on making a difference in this world. There are many ways you can make a difference in this world.
You can solve a problem.
Help someone in need.
Or you can just be kind. Oh, by the way, how'd your parents feel when they saw your 10 things you love about them poster? I bet they felt good. And I bet you felt good about seeing them feel good. Lots of good.
If you haven't done this activity yet, it's not too late. Watch the previous video to learn more.
Did you ask your journal buddy about someone they knew that made a difference in this world? My journal buddy is my dad. Why don't we go ask him?
So Khadija, do you like going to school?
Yeah.
Well, you're lucky that you can get to go to school, but there are lots and lots of girls around the world who can't go to school. In fact, there are hundreds of millions of girls that are in that situation. They can't go to school because either their family is too poor, or because it's too dangerous to go to school, or because of discrimination. And so there's this Pakistani girl, her name is Malala.
Malala Yousafzai.
That's right, you know about her. She is fighting for girls' right and ability to go to school.
I have the right to speak up.
She's become the voice for girls around the world. In 2011, CNN interviewed Malala Yousafzai, a Pakistani girl who gained international headlines 2 years earlier for speaking out for girls' education through a blog she wrote under a pseudonym.
And so she's raising money and she's raising awareness on this really, really important issue.
I heard it's called the Malala Fund.
That's right.
On her 16th birthday, with many people supporting her from around the world, Malala returned, letting her voice be heard, delivering a speech to the United Nations.
We must not forget that millions of children are out of their schools. We must not forget that our sisters and brothers are waiting for a bright, peaceful future. Let us pick up our books and our pens. They are our most powerful weapons. One child, one teacher, one book, and one pen can change the world.
And I was actually lucky enough, last time I went to England, I went to Oxford and I met Malala and her dad.
Oh, cool.
That's right. So Malala is an example of a young girl who is making a huge difference in the world. And do you know that she is the youngest Nobel laureate in the world as well? In the history of the world, in the history of the Peace Prize, she's the youngest Nobel laureate. That is a pretty amazing fact.
I didn't know that. That is super cool.
When Houston was flooded, J.J. Watt raised $37 million for food, supplies, clothing for the victims of the flood. Not only is he an amazing sportsman, but he's also an amazing human.
I want to go back to August 27th. You're in the team, you're in Dallas, you're sitting in a hotel room, and you're watching Hurricane Harvey just come through Houston and just destroy the city.
Right.
Was it that moment as you're watching on TV that you decide, I want to do something, I want to help?
Yeah, because you feel helpless seeing water rush down streets that I drive down every day. I said, how can I help? And so I started to think, and I said, have this incredible platform, have all this social media, all these followers. Let's see if I can raise a little bit of money to help these people out and try and get some relief efforts going.
And it's going on.
Just look straight into the cell phone camera, start up a campaign, hoping to raise $200,000, and now we're over 27 million.
You did all right.
He said, please keep the spirit of helping one another alive. The world is a better place when we all take care of each other.
But you don't have to be an adult to make a difference in the world. In fact, I love this story about an 11-year-old boy called Garrett Lowry. Now, Garrett loves to knit along with playing baseball. And so when his relatives and his cat died of cancer, he decided to knit head coverings for kids who lose their hair when they have cancer. Their hair starts to fall out. So far he's knitted over 100 different hats for kids that have cancer. That's pretty kind.
When not on the field, Garrett knits caps using a loom.
These are for the babies right here.
It started as a class project.
So why not just mega-size it?
Then Garrett enlisted the help of his mom and grandma to make 50 caps for the kids at Children's Hospital, Colorado.
I just want to make something that can make them more comfortable while they're in the hospital.
Not only, taught him some things, but it teaches us some things too, so.
It's actually a very calming thing for me to do.
After a few months, his labor of love ready for delivery.
What have you got here?
Hats.
Hats? You worked very hard for these?
Yes.
Well, thank you so much.
Handmade gifts for kids from a kid, proving you're never too young to make a difference.
I want children to feel better about themselves and feel that they are appreciated and that they're loved.
The person I wrote about isn't famous, but she's awesome. She's my friend and her name's Bethany. She picks up trash at our school. That helps the environment.
Okay, great example, Khan family. Now it's your turn. I want you to pause the video and write down in the comments down below somebody that you know is making a difference in this world.
It can be a teacher, a parent, a family member, even grandparents.
Or friend.
Or it could be a celebrity, right? It could be a politician.
A classmate.
Anyone, right? Just share it with us down below and maybe we'll feature this person in our next video. So write down that person's name right down below and then unpause it, keep playing, and let's finish this video.
Okay, it's story time, children. Gather around, gather around. Khadijah's going to tell you a story of a man who made shoes for kids who didn't have shoes in Argentina. Have you heard of that place? That's where Messi grew up. Let's listen to the story Khadijah's going to tell us.
Shoes for the world. Blake Mikowski's life was changed in a few seconds. He was on a trip to Argentina when he saw people giving free shoes to children. Blake was sad to see how many children had been going barefoot. They were too poor to buy shoes. Some of them had big cuts on their feet. He wondered what would happen when their new shoes didn't fit anymore. Would they go barefoot again? When he got home, he couldn't stop thinking about the children he'd seen. He wanted to do something to help them. Blake had other businesses, but he had never run a shoe company before. He called his new shoe company Tom's, which stood for Tomorrow Shoes. For every pair of shoes he sold, he would give one pair away. His company sold a lot of shoes. On Blake's first trip back to Argentina, he had 10,000 pairs of shoes to give away. 3 boys took him to a field where they had been playing soccer. The field was filled with glass, and they had been playing barefoot. Blake was so happy to see the boys wearing their new Tom's shoes. Now their feet would be safe. It was one of the best moments of his life. Tom's has now given children around the world over 60 million pairs of shoes. That's enough shoes for each child in Argentina to have 6 pairs.
How do you think the children in Argentina felt when they received their first pair of shoes?
I think the children in Argentina felt grateful and thankful because they had shoes to protect their feet and their feet were safe.
What steps did Blake take to make a difference in the world?
One step he took was when someone bought a pair of shoes from him, he would automatically donate one pair to the poor. That would encourage people from around the world to buy shoes so they would be doing good.
Okay, for our last activity today, you are going to find someone who you can help. You can help them with anything, and it can be anyone. Who's it going to be? Your teacher, your best friends, your classmates, your neighbors, your parents, even your grandparents? Tell us in the comments below.
So next Sunday's video is going to be all about how you and Khadija and all of us can make a difference in the world.
Really?
Yes. And if you can't wait until next Sunday, then watch this beautiful video about people helping each other. All right? And if you haven't hit the like button yet, please hit the like button and leave a comment down below. See you next Sunday.